So as I was saying, it's because the devil tries to put on that old coat and tell you, yeah, you can stay home, you're sick. As long as it's not contagious, right? And yeah, you can stay home, you're not feeling the best today. Yeah, you can stay home, you don't want to go to church. Yeah, you could stay home and play video games. Yeah, you could stay home and do all these other things that aren't supposed to be, that aren't focused on God. But once you... I'll find the verse, but once you understand that that's Satan trying to get you to stray away from God and separate yourself from him, it's so much easier to keep him away and disobey Satan and obey God. And I'm not saying obey as in you have to obey him, blah, 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 but you just obey his commandments and stuff like that. I mean, you don't want to be burning for all eternity, right? Because I don't know where I'm going to go in the afterlife. I'll be real. I could still go to hell. I could still go to heaven. One of the two. But I've got to try and do as much as I can to change my afterlife fate so that I can spend eternity with God. So, like I was saying, though, once you recognize that Satan is trying to control you, then you understand. And there's a passage that goes with the, or a verse that goes with this really well. Let me find it. It is Luke 19 to 21. For I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions, and to overcome the power of the enemy. Nothing shall harm you. This is also really helpful because it states that we have the choice to disobey Satan and obey God instead of obeying Satan and disobeying God. Because when you do those ungodly things like make cruel jokes and do stupid things, it's just not correct in my interpretation. But I know that God has died for your sins, but if you take advantage of that, that in itself is a sin. So we must stop sinning. How do we stop sinning? We make time for God. We make time for prayer. We do things that are godly. We spread the word, keep his commandments, stuff like that. But if you're just now getting into Christianity, baseline, have faith, grow your knowledge every day, get wiser every day, somehow. Look up stuff about God, I don't know. But once you get down to those more, like, interesting things, like how you're supposed to spread the word, how you're supposed to, 10 Commandments, all that stuff, it gets more interesting then. But overall, just try to avoid Satan and entertain yourself with God. Because I'll admit it, you don't have to fill your whole day with God. You don't have to spend every day, every second of your life worshiping God. Well, obviously you do, but not like on your hands and knees, like all that. But you don't have to spend every day of every second of your life on your knees with your hands praying your entirety of your life. Because he knows you're going to have worldly things that you have to take care of, but you should always prioritize God first. Because if we don't do that, then how does God know that we have faith? How does God know that we really want to be true? And of course, you could argue that he knows our hearts, and while he does, he wants us to show him. He wants us to prove it. He doesn't want us to hide it behind bars and pretend we're not that person. He wants us to show this. He doesn't want us to hide it away and give in to ungodly desires. So, overall, shed from your old self, become something new, and enjoy God. Because even when times of conviction and trial come by, rejoice, because it is a way to grow your faith stronger if you choose God. I don't know. Have a good night. God bless you all.